Hi everybody, Beth here. So if you're new here, this channel is all about jobs that I do from home to contribute to our income. Um, the biggest gig that I do right now is my cake business, which I'm still working on videos to do about that. But if you're watching this video, you're probably here to learn more about vintage things to sell on Etsy and maybe eBay. I don't sell on eBay, but yeah, I am pretty new to Etsy. I'm still learning. As this title says, I did learn a lesson with this haul, so I'll get to that. But holy pictures. I found so many pictures this haul, and jugs. I guess some of them on Etsy they label jug pictures, I guess, to just kind of get those keywords in there. So I'm going to go through it pretty quickly just because my little guy is in his swing. You can probably hear the lullaby music. I hope that's not distracting. And yeah, he's got a bit of a cough, so we're just going to cuddle today. So I will get started. This is from a few different places. There was a garage sale that I stopped at that I got 2 jugs and a bunch of ducks. And then I got a couple of things at a consignment store and the rest of it at a thrift shop. I will give a shout out to mothers and fathers that have to bring their kids along, especially toddler age and young baby age, because I'm still recovering from the exhaustion that happened when I took my 3-year-old and 3-month-old into a teeny tiny thrift shop that had all these collectibles like on the floor and eye level to my little guy. And my 3-month-old isn't really a fan of really being anywhere in his car seat. I had to carry him around. So some of this stuff I really would have looked over more carefully, but I saw it and just had to grab it to get some more inventory. So some of these things are listed, I'll point out, but the majority of it isn't. So I'll get to that when I can get to it. So let's get started. So first of all, giant duck. This is a huge ceramic duck that I got, and it's really beautiful. Nice details. And there's no maker. I think there was a sticker that said Japan, but I don't see it anymore. And then the woman also had 3 little ducks that to me looked like they kind of matched, but they didn't. But anyway, I asked for all of them. She gave them all to me for $4. So this alone is worth the $4 because I think I just listed it for like $40. This is definitely a collectible item. And when I got home, I noticed that the 3 ducks are all different. There was only one that kind of was similar to this piece, so I let my son have them because he just couldn't keep his hands off of them. Plus, it was a good lesson in breakable versus things you can throw. Okay, so the duck. I'll start with the pictures, or I'll keep going with the pictures. So I saw this in the thrift store and I just had to have it. Isn't that, I mean, this time of year, but also lemonade. And the the maker is Teleflora, and it's made in the Philippines. There are some listed on, or 2 listed on Etsy, I believe. I didn't get a chance to look this over very well. I just knew that it was definitely interesting, and I kind of grabbed it before I felt like I had to leave the thrift store. Um, so there are a couple of flaws, which I disclosed. There is a chip on this leaf and that leaf. It looks like maybe the spout was repaired at some point. I'm not really sure because this part doesn't really show cracks, but I disclosed that as well. But this is just perfect. Can you imagine having a picnic outside and having lemonade in this? I just think it's awesome. It really was hard not to keep it, but then kids, so that that made the decision for me. Next, at the yard sale that I got the duck at, I got this beautiful jug, and I posted it on my Instagram, which is Rural Thrifter. Definitely go find me. I post things that I like, new additions or things that I just pick up that I'm excited about. And this was one of the things that I was excited about. I just listed it in my shop. So it's interesting because I just thought it was beautiful, but when I looked at it closer, I'll show you from the back. It's this pottery, and then somebody painted over it or tried to. And it shows its age because the paint this little flower motif, and then they must have painted the whole thing. It's chipping off, which is why I'm going like this, because it's a little bit messy, but I think it just gives this really cool aged look to it, and it's gorgeous. I mean, there weren't any comps for it, obviously, because it's repainted. There's no maker, but it's a really pretty size, and I just love it, honestly. I think it's such a nice display piece. I rinsed it out and stuff, so I definitely wouldn't use this to actually pour anything except for water, but um, yeah. Okay, same garage sale. This is, there's so much stuff here. This is really cool. Um, I don't know, to me it looks, well, it says Japan on the bottom, but that could just be where it was made. Um, I don't know what it looks like, I guess, as far as style, but it's interesting. So it looks like there's fruit, some grapes, possibly apples, and then what is this? I'm thinking watermelon. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's on both sides, and again, just a really cool decorative piece. So I got that. This jug and that jug were 50 cents each, which was kind of strange because the ducks were much more expensive, but whatever. Good prices all around. Um, two more pictures. So I got this, which I had eyed at this thrift store for a very long time because I used to go there to get clothing for Poshmark because I resold like contemporary clothing. I don't do that as much anymore. I do vintage clothing that I find, but that's where I saw this. And look at the colors. It's so cool. I just love the cream with the turquoise and pink. Um, and it's pretty. There's like a, I don't know, something I have to get out of there. It's like string or something. And the maker is Arnell's. Um, Now on the bottom it says D01, kind of like that's the date that it was made or something. But I looked it up, and these Arnell pictures, there are a lot of them on Etsy and eBay, and they definitely are vintage in this water basin. But there really weren't any that were similar to this color scheme. So I'm really excited. This is not listed yet, but I will get to it. The water basin, let's see. The water basin does have a little chip here. But you know what? Unless it's really, really damaged, I don't get too nervous about vintage items that show their age because I think that people understand that. At least I do if I were to be buying vintage. Okay, next thing. Okay, this is so pretty. It's this blue blue floral picture, I guess, and it's got a really cool shape at the top. Um, I just love the handle. Everything about it's very unique and so pretty. Now on the bottom, this really stumped me, and I put it in our why can't I do the old things identification. I've talked about that. It's a group on Facebook, that crazy lamp lady. Go check out her channel. She runs, and it's so interesting, and they're so helpful. So this says made in China, and apparently these characters, I thought that was the maker. That means made in China. Um, so okay, those aren't helpful, but there's this mark that I spent hours looking for it, the maker, and I cannot find it. So I don't really know its worth other than uh, what it looks like. So I'm not sure what I'm going to list that for. Oh, I just listed it actually, and I can't remember what I listed it for. I think around 40. So I think it's just beautiful, and I'm sure somebody will think that too. Very unique. So there's all the jugs and pictures, and then I got some fun stuff. Okay, first, and I just posted this on my Instagram. I listed it already. It's this cowboy sheriff cup. Is it focusing? Or is the, there we go, I guess. I don't know. Can you see? There we go. And it's got some feathers there. Just so cool. I don't know anybody that's into cowboys or sheriffs or anything, but this would be such a nice Father's Day gift, I think. So yeah, I just posted this. I looked at some comps on eBay and um, Etsy, and it's just such a novelty thing. So I listed it for I think $22. Okay, next, I got this cute little ice cream bear in overalls. It's technically a teapot, but on the bottom, it's made by Heritage Mint, and it's not super old, but it is vintage. It says this item is for decorative purposes only and is not to be used as a teapot. So, Heritage Mint is something that a lot of people collect. I mean, Heritage Mint collectibles is what it says. So this would be super cute for anybody really, like maybe in a Nana's home or. Okay, this is really cool. I got this because I thought it was just really interesting. I really hope this is natural light, and I'm just hoping that it's not ruining the look of things. It's this whale mug that the whale is outlined in gold, and the maker is Atagiri, Japan. So I looked it up, and these are very collectible mugs. There are a whole bunch that look like this with a rainbow and have hot air balloons. I found one of these, only one other exact kinds on the internet. So I'm really excited. I think it's just such a cool mug. Not listed yet. Not sure what I'm going to price it at. Still thinking about that. Okay, this very strange thing. It borders on being adorable, I think, but I don't know. It's a mushroom. It's got this little spout up here, and the mouth is a spout. It's hollow, and yeah. I asked the consignment store owner what it is, and she had no idea. So the only thing I can think of, which I don't know a lot about, is an incense burner. Um, so if you know, please let me know. I did find some. I looked up mushroom incense burners, and it seemed like there were some that's similar, but there's no maker, there's nothing. So mystery item, but definitely something that will appeal to somebody if they like. It's almost like a clown, so it's adorable. I mean, there are people out there that will think so too. And I have one more thing before I show you the mistake that I made. Okay, my hair is driving me crazy. I got this book, my Goodnight book, a golden sturdy shape book. Had really good comps online, and I mean not crazy comps, but enough for me to buy it for $2. And obviously, it just talks about getting ready for bed. um, and it was made in, let me check, 1981. So I figured if it doesn't really sell, or I decide not to sell it, I could just save it for my kids because I think it's really cute. So I think that's everything. The last item that I just like scrambled to get, that I've looked at before in this thrift shop, is some really cool fine china. Now there was a box of these for there were dinner plates, two kinds of bowls, saucers, and 6 or 7 teacups. I got the whole box for $3. And this type, I couldn't even look at like the kind. I just knew that it looked nice. So the maker is Royal Blue Ironstone, which I'd heard before, and this particular set is called Enoch Wedgwood Tunstall, made in England. Um, I'm able to find some good comps online if people are selling it, but I'm devastated because I think that I would have been really like just splitting it up into things. It would have really been profitable, but when I went to go list, I found that most of the stuff has this. I don't know what that's called. If you do, please let me know. I've heard people talk about crazing, and if I had to guess what that is, that sounds like the right word for it. Um, but everything had this to some extent, except two teacups, a dessert bowl, and a bowl or a saucer, and um, like 2 dinner plates. So I'm going to make the best of it and sell those. But I was really bummed about this because I'm sure, number one, it's not really great for show and functionality. I'm not sure if that means that it's going to crack sometime in the near future. I'm sure it does. So lesson learned, to always look at fine china before buying it. I'm not super upset with myself because I didn't have much of a choice. And $3 out the window, or $3 for what I can list, I'm going to make my money back. But I'm bummed that it wasn't more of a haul, as far as profit. So those are all the things that I got in this haul. I have some other things that I haven't shown, but I'm super excited because I live in a small town. There aren't many yard sales yet because it's still kind of cold in northern New Hampshire, but there is one that was just posted, multiple family homesteads, it said. Um, and I looked through pictures and I saw some really cool stuff. So I am going to go like as soon as they open on Saturday. And I've made some good sales on cakes, so I'm going to use that money to reinvest in this side hustle. So that's one thing that is cool about having more than one um, venture on the side, is that if you make, if that time of year you're making good money in one, then you can reinvest it to make good money in the other. So I'm really excited. I haven't been selling for very long on Etsy at all. I just made another big sale, so I think I've had 4 sales. Once I get to maybe 10, I'll do a video of what sold, and hopefully I will build some momentum as far as sales regularly. I think I have 48 listings right now, and I'm trying to plug away at it. It is difficult with 2 little guys. So again, shout out to parents that are doing this um, strategically like I am. um, anyway, I hope that you like the haul, and please tune in. I'm going to do more consistent videos now that I'm kind of finding a very small window when I can do this. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.